Once you're happy with how the wireframe turns out, we can go over to Style Guide, and this is where the true magic of UI happens. First we start with colors, then we're going to go to our topography, and lastly UI styling before we decide to export into either Figma or Webflow depending on which package you have. Firstly we're going to start with neutrals. So Relume has generated some neutrals. See, they've got them in pastel, mid-tone and deep. I'm just going to lock them in. Now when you are happy with certain colors, you want to lock them in because a really nice feature that Relume offer is style. And if you don't lock them in, all your colors are going to change. So I have selected this Bermuda, which I really like, and lock in. And I'm just going to show you, for example, what you can do is when you add in a color, you can add in as many as you want, but you can actually come and click in and you can copy your exact hex code that you want. It will also show you the shades listed down below, which is useful for later. We can also remove. If we only wanted one color, we could have one. And then if you click on shuffle, it's going to try and match this color to go with your chosen color that you've locked in. So these are just ones that Relume recommend. However, you can come in yourself and go to a color that you like. I'm going to select this one, just going to lock it in. What's nice is you can view in light and dark mode. If I switch to dark mode, you can see things have changed for that. If I switch to light mode, again, they've changed. Now we can go to our topography. So these are just fonts that are selected by Relume. So again, if you don't like what Relume has suggested, you can come and change. You can also switch to say you only want them to be Google fonts. You can shuffle as well. I'm just going to leave as is for now and lock in as I quite like them. Lastly, we have our UI styling in terms of our buttons as well as our cards. So if we click, you can see the different options available to you. I am just going to stick with default as I quite like that. And then we can select in terms of how round you would like your buttons to appear. I quite like this one. Just gonna lock it in. And again with your cards, what's really nice with Relume as well is when you select the different options, you can see how they will appear on your design. I quite like edgy. Again, you can come and change the roundness of your cards. I'm gonna match it to my buttons. Now, this is how the website is presenting now, and we can go in and modify this. If you just click on the background, Relume's gonna update some images. So none of these are obviously applicable to a Surfshark. You can also click edit images. You can choose from your own images what you'd like to go for, and it will populate it up here. Then if we scroll to our section, if you click on the background, Relume's gonna change it to a different shade that you've selected. What you can do is you can hold command and it's going to bring up all the different tones within your chosen color. For this one, I want just neutral to go all white, and the stats section is quite important. I want to make that quite obvious. This can also be white, and we can upload another image, a more relevant image. And our last image, let's switch it out.